Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Stop Talk Radio. Today, there will be no schlong shining and no oral activity. But unfortunately, the man of the hour, the guest, unfortunately, TJ had something come up. But again, we're here with the three sexies of the bunch. We have David Frederickson, former guest, Mission to Muscle, and of course, Garage Gym homie, Mr. Ari. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Hey, Sean.
Thanks for having me.
So first off, David, thank you. I know it's West Coast time for you, and I know you got up bright and early to start your day with us, and we appreciate it, my friend.
Thank you. Yeah, well, totally glad to be here. It's gonna be awesome.
So what's going on in everybody's life? Anything new and exciting to report here? Got a lot of good questions we can get into, but anything anybody wants to get off their chest to start off?
I'm still looking at Ari here and thinking I should have wore a tank top. I don't know.
No, you're looking good, man. You're looking crispy. The only reason I wore the tank top is because it says my name on it.
I get it. Yeah, so it's right here. Wait, it was right here? Yeah.
Yeah,
Got the Mission to Muscle there, sporting it.
Yeah, I'm waiting on some more apparel right now. Apparently, there's a backup on the white garments. That's what's holding up my order. Yeah.
So, guys, I want to start off here. A review that you guys recently did and a product I just started, Kilo Labs Hybrid.
One of my favorites.
You guys, I know you guys have done some reviews on it, and also, I guess, multiple reviews on that and other products. But what are you guys thinking of the company?
Hitters.
Yeah, I really like. I'm sure Ari is the same way. I like the idea. It's a simple profile, simple, and it hits. I like the dosing's perfect. It's a really good pre-workout. I mean, I like it.
Yeah, it's just proof you don't need much to make a pre-workout pop. You know. Right. You don't need much. And I don't know. I've been saying it, like I've been reviewing that Insane Lab stuff recently. Dang, 6-gram scoop and blows my head off. I train harder than stuff. I take 20, 30 gram scoops of a bunch of stuff. So that Kilo Labs Hybrid David, I saw his review first before I ever touched it. And I saw him saying like, this is my new favorite pre-workout, and that boy delivers. That's a solid few quality ingredients go a long way.
Right. For 400 mgs, it doesn't feel like it. And you guys know I'm kind of very stim sensitive, but it didn't feel like 400 to me at all. I mean, I guess the whole synergistic, I was not flying, but felt good.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it. It was very smooth. Like it was for me. Like I like the Insane Labs type things for some workouts, but all in all, I like that smooth, just sustained energy and that drive, and that it delivers that. That's what's nice about it.
I was high as heck on that. But like a lot of times I'll take these products with DMHA or whatever stimulants are in there, and I'll think, man, is it my tolerance that's this high? Why do these products suck? And then I take something like Hybrid, I'm like, it's not my tolerance. It's the products,
The quality,
and relying on that. It's the quality of the ingredients and how they go together.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys feel any appetite suppression? Because I was killed. I've only taken it once, and I felt my suppression was killed. And I know TJ brought that up as well.
Oh, yeah.
But only negative on the product so far. It's not a bad thing.
I'm always hungry, so I can't really tell. There was a little bit of curve, but I didn't get I don't get the hard suppression off a lot of the DMHA for some odd reason, like some people do. But I do get a curve, like to where I don't feel as hungry type thing.
Yeah, take 2 pills of that Lipidrine. See if you. You won't look at food all day.
Did you? Yeah, I don't even want to try the one you tried. Did you get the other one?
No,
the one that
I turned that away. I had enough with that Lipidrine name.
Yeah, it's crazy. Oh man.
Yeah.
Guys, so a couple of questions. What product did you have little expectations for that surprised you? We'll go to you first, David.
You know what? What surprised me was Purist Labs pre-workout. Like I looked at the profile and I was like, this is gonna be a crappy workout. I'm not gonna have no energy. I'm not gonna have no focus. I'm not gonna have no pump. And I took the thing, and it was not like it was like a bang like high hitter, but it sustained me through a good hour and a half of training. I felt good. Focus was good. Energy was smooth. So that actually surprised me.
Was that the Noxygen?
No, it was their new pre-workout that they have out.
That's the
okay.
Yeah.
Is it an Oxygen?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That one was fire. Yeah.
That's a company that like years ago was a favorite of mine, was very, very popular, and then it kind of died off, and it looks like they're trying to come back now with some new hitters.
Yeah. I like the idea that they use the nitrates. I like
Yeah.
nitrates more than anything else. Nitrates and glycerol.
Nitrates are effective, huh?
For me, they are. I actually feel, internally, I feel like my blood vessels are expanding on nitrates, especially the good dose and quality. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. What surprised you? Anything that surprised you? Going in with little expectations?
I think that that NCN subs synergy.
Oh yeah.
Surprised me. That boy was. I mean, when I get the right mix of caffeine and just some theobromine, I feel just good. I just feel not illicit good, just a good head high sense of well-being, like productive training. It just goes together nice, where you just feel good training. You know, it's just a nice product. Simple few, I don't know, 6 ingredients, something in there. I forget what it's 6 or 8, and you're just going. Just feels nice.
But okay, so here's a question putting you guys on the spot. Is one profile better than the other? Because we talk Kilo, where it's short, sweet, to the point, and then we got our other favorite company, Pollen, that's putting sometimes 10, 12, 14 ingredients. I mean, do you prefer one over the other when it comes to like overall number of ingredients, or is it more of, is it hitting?
What do you think, Ari?
I don't think it's number of ingredients, really. I mean, because I just think sometimes less is more. You know, Apollon has good stuff. It depends. I mean, for the Apollon has a lot of heavy hitters, but they put a lot of pump and all sorts of ingredients in there that you're not actually going to feel. So I don't know if it's actually doing something. You know, they put a lot of stuff that you would say probably has scientific research on, you know, different things in there. So I don't know if they eliminated a lot of those things, if the pre would feel any different or not. You know, I don't know. Half the stuff in pre-workouts, I look at them like, if they took that, I don't know what betaine anhydrous does a dang thing for my power output, or, you know, that's what I say when I do a review, because that's what I'm told it does. But if I don't feel it, I don't know what it's doing, you know?
Yeah, I think dosing matters on some of the ingredients, only because I've actually like when I came out with the type 1 diabetes, I was putting together my own pre-workouts before Apollon really came out and did their thing, and people were actually efficaciously dosing things. And so I actually literally tried different ingredients, and I would use them at the different dosages and the efficacious dosage and this and that. And I noticed differences in power output and strength, especially when it came to L-citrulline and it came to betaine and a few of those, and glycerol when it came out, dosing it a certain. I know Ari reacts really well to glycerol. For me, it's like a 1.5 grams I need to actually get a really good reaction to it. And yeah, so their dosing is like in Kilo Labs, they have everything dosed just perfect for that pre-workout to hit the way it does, and that makes a big difference.
Speaking of glycerol, I know, as you mentioned, you guys are very big on it. Does one form seem to help you better than the other? Have you noticed, or is it really just in general?
I'm not that dialed in with the different trademarks or whatever, different glycerols to really know. It all gives me a pretty swole, noticeable feeling. You know, even when I'm pretty depleted and I can take some glycerol because I stay hydrated, it just seems effective. I feel bigger, you know. And sometimes I don't like that look, you know. Sometimes I like the drier, you know, more vascular nitrate kind of does that to me, you know, things like blood sport by a pound, whatever, you know, because I feel tighter. Glycerol, sometimes I feel a little puffy with it, where it takes from the tightness. So everything's got a trade-off, you know. I do enjoy the glycerol. Gives me a good mind-muscle connection, because sometimes it's like the muscle almost hurts from it's just so blown up. So you're so focused on it, you know, which is really nice, which is why I like glycerol.
Yeah, glycerol and a little Nupept. And that dialed in focus is just like crazy. I got some Nupept in a baggie in my in my cupboard. It's funny. Ari called me a mad scientist on a text one time, and my wife bought me a shirt. Like this was like years ago when I was putting together pre-workouts. Bill Murray with the mad scientist picture on it.
Really? I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh
Tell you
man.
what, I just don't. I was doing, these companies were sending me like single ingredients, like this bulk stimulant sent me DMHA, and I like went out to the smoke shop and bought like a milligram dope scale, and I was just like adding this DMHA to my pre-work, and I'm just like, this is too much going on for me. I feel like a drug addict again, and it's just like I just stay away from a lot. I like just a whole formula. Even when I was using Cellflow 6 recently by Peak Performance Labs, just Cellflow 6, I was like, I like it. It's cool to monkey around with, but I'd rather just get a whole pump formula with Cellflow 6 in it than just doing this single ingredient. But that's just me. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I just like, I keep it super basic. I just am so basic with these supplements because I don't want to rely on them anyway much for anything. I only started taking them when I started the channel, really, like a lot of them, and so I can't really say they've made a huge difference in my physique or gains or anything. The supplements.
So there's a couple of comments asking where TJ is. Unfortunately, folks, he just texted all of us, or to Ari and myself, that had a family emergency. But again, hopefully he'll be back in the future so we can have the four-way here. But David, you used the term earlier, efficaciously dosed.
Mhm.
Okay, and somebody actually asked, do we, as supplement users, not us, but in general, do we use that term clinically dosed? Or do you think it's overused?
Well, to me, I don't know what Ari thinks about it, but it's all about how it hits and it gets you through a workout. I mean, the odds of a pre-workout actually giving you gains, you're not going to get gains off of taking a pre-workout. The whole idea of a pre-workout is like the idea of helping you get to a point. So it's not a direct influence on muscle growth. It's an indirect influence. So it's how hard it can push you in the gym to reach your goals. So efficaciously dosed just means on what your goal is. If you want more power, you want more pump, then you want to look for those type of ingredients.
Do you think it's
Or
too much,
energy.
Ari? You think, because I know you always said, "Oh, stop! It's only 3 grams." Yada yada yada. I know you've been a little.
Yeah, I just think there's a lot of these people who comment on these videos who know everything, and I don't know what they look like, or I would like to see I'll review a pre-workout, and they'd say something like, "Oh, I'd like to see the dosing of that a little higher." It's like, what do you know, dude? Like, what do you know that's going to do a dang thing? Like. 4 grams of citrulline in this product might give me a way sicker pump than 10 grams in another product. The terms efficaciously dose, I don't know if there's even that much research behind what these people are saying. There's one guy on a podcast said, well, the glycerol is actually not a great ingredient. You need 6 grams or more for this. And then it's like, I feel a gram of glycerol. I feel, like if it hits right, so I just have trying to reprogram myself not to listen to anybody and trust my reviews and my experience with the product. Just like David probably trusts his reviews and his experience. TJ trusts his reviews. Like when you take it, you know how it feels,
Right. And I've actually added some of these ingredients into a pre-workout, thinking that it's going to make it better, and it dials something down or doesn't make, so when people are talking about, put more of this or more of that into it, and you got a pre-workout that you're saying, hey, this thing hits, it's like, just take it. This thing hits like it is. If you were to add more of this or more of that, it could diminish some of the effects or the energy, focus, whatever.
I agree. I like to clown on people. I have these people who comment. I just talk junk. If they get sensitive about it, that's okay. I like to talk. They'll be like, well, I take my 3 milligrams of alpha yo and add it to that. I'm like, dude, the product doesn't have alpha yo because it's not supposed to have alpha yo. If it was supposed to have alpha yo, they would have put 3 milligrams of alpha yo in there. So either just buy another product that has 3 milligrams of alpha yo, or take the product as it's supposed to be taken. But it's just a lot of people they're doing too much, I feel like, and they're relying on the wrong stuff. It's got nothing to do with working out. It's more for their head than for the muscle. You know,
yeah, I mean, it can be. For me, I've got a bunch of crap laying around all over the place. So I'm like a little bit of this. I got some DMHA. I got some,
right.
A little bit of
I feel you.
fairy dust
You
all
know
over
where
the
I'm
place.
coming from, right? It's like
Oh yeah, definitely.
we always want to take things and adjust them, and we know better. And it's like I'm trying to stay away from that.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Because I mean, supposedly there's studies, and people do single ingredient studies. They might do clinical. They might do citrulline by itself. They might do beta alanine by itself. But why don't they do them like together? Do studies where there's multiple ingredients because you don't know what A and B really do together. If that makes sense.
That's true. Yeah.
Like people say beta alanine's 3.2, but what if you actually mix it with betaine at the 2 grams? Do you really need that much beta alanine? If that makes sense.
Yeah, if it
Nobody knows
compensates
they all work
for whatever
together.
the effects. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, and then some of the ingredients, like we get people talking about beta alanine, it's like you have to be, in order to really, if you go off the studies, you have to be saturated with beta alanine. So beta alanine, if you're not saturated, you're taking it, all you're doing is getting a tingle effect. I know some people like that. It doesn't give me some kind of anxious feeling, but it does for some people. I think Ari gets anxious, like a kind of a ready to go type feeling. For me, it's just like, oh crap. Okay.
Yeah, I like the beta because when I ingest a pre-workout I haven't used and I feel some beta, I know that I've ingested something besides 10 grams of caffeine.
Right.
You know,
Something else is in there.
I know I'm not going to die.
Do you guys feel that when you use beta more daily or more often, that the overall effects or the itchiness of the beta kind of wears down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't take it for 4 days, and I actually took it yesterday, and I actually took 6 grams into a pre-workout that didn't have it, and I got the itch in there. I don't usually itch off of that thing, but yeah, I felt it really good, and I knew that it has something to do with that saturation point there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know do we know? So I know Michael. I just introduced myself to him a couple of days ago through Kilo Labs. I don't know if you guys know Michael.
Yeah.
But Michael, I don't know if you just joined or if you've listened from the start. We were just putting over hybrid, how all of us absolutely love it. But thank you for watching.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you. Good to see you, man.
So what's your favorite sleep sup to knock you out after a high stim day? And I know, Ari, you've reviewed a lot of sleep supplements, but David, I don't know if I've seen a lot of sleep supplements from you though, or sleep reviews, or maybe I missed them.
Yeah, I mean, I have Kilo Lab sitting here. I've got Crash sitting here. My favorite one, I'll let Ari get into it because he's done so many of them, is that Muscle Force one. I love that thing. There's no Finibut in it or anything like that, and it's just smooth. It just gets me to sleep, and I stay asleep.
Or you did a top 5 recently, right? Or top 3?
Last year, but yeah, like right now, that crash hits really good.
Yeah,
The Kilo Labs one is real nice. The Anesthetize by High Tech is a hitter, but that's like you got to that's like a once in a while. It's got like 3 grams of Finibut in it.
And I think the Somatomax. I don't know if you've tried Somatomax or maybe
I'm talking about Somatomax. I'm talking about Somatomax. I didn't mean it. Anesthetizes Blackstone Labs. That's another one. Somatomax I was referring to. Yeah, that one.
That's got a heavy dose of GABA in it too, right? Like 3 grams.
3 grams of GABA.
Yeah, I had that sitting on top of my fridge. I was trying to quarter scoop it, half scoop it, and I was, me and the GABA. I can't stand that stuff.
Takes your breath. Yeah, first time my breath, I was like, "What is happening?" I thought I was dying. My breath got taken away,
for me, I've been going to the Ninja Zen lately. That's my go-to right now.
Yeah, that's a hitter right there. I love that one. That's like more of to me that like I don't want to say regular use, but like I would be okay using that like a couple times a week. It's not like super crazy where I'm like, oh, I better just stay away from this. That's more like it's cool to use, here and there.
Yeah, and he's actually reformulating it. I don't know why. He says it's a great seller, but I guess he wants to V2 it here. Brad wants to V2 it here in a couple of months.
He's got that fire pre-workout about dropping that just came out.
That ingredient profile looks good.
I'll be honest, I'm scared. And I told him this because I think if you add it up, it's got like 550 mgs of calf, like all the different versions of it, give or take, plus the isoprop and everything else. But as he says, going to knock everybody's socks off. But for you guys, probably be a day in the park.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a heavy hitter for sure. It looks pretty dang good. Who knows how it'll come together? We'll see.
See, Ari takes those stim breaks more often than me, though. I'm pretty much always caffeinated. I'm always going. A lot of it has to do with the sugar levels and stuff. And if they start to drop, I use caffeine anhydrous. I actually have it on me. I open up these pills, take half of the pill, cap the pill back up, save the other half for later.
Daily caffeine intake around?
On the low end, it's 300.
Yeah.
Okay. And it gets me through my day.
And the high end?
High end, I did 700 yesterday.
Okay.
My sugars were doing
a gram or anything.
No. Actually, over 6, it kind of like it loses its effect, so to speak. Like if I ain't getting anything.
You mean for the day?
Yeah, for the day. Not at once.
Right. Yeah.
That's just throughout the day.
I got you.
So somebody actually talking about that. How long are you free of stimulants that the CNS can, I guess, regulate itself? And I know, Ari, you do, again, every 3 months? You do a week? Or what is your...
I train for 11 weeks and take the 12th off. I've been doing it for over 8 years. So when I say the 12th off, I go from the Monday to I go from the Sunday to the next. I go 10 full days. 10 full days with no supplements, no stimulants, no caffeine, nothing. But to be honest with you, I don't think 10 days is enough to really do much. I mean, I don't really come back and like, oh my God, I feel these so much better now, after 10 days. Like, yeah, I get through caffeine headaches and sciatica pain from caffeine withdrawal. I get horrible sciatica nerve pain from caffeine withdrawal. I get all sorts of muscle aches and bad symptoms, and my caffeine intake's not that crazy anyway, and I'm just affected by it. But I don't think it's enough time, 10 days, to really do that much to your resetting your central nervous system.
Ari, so what is your day, aside from the weekends when you have high stim weekends, but what are you generally, 300, 250, like during the week? Because I know you use fat burners for your cardio.
Sometimes I only take stimulants once a day. One time a day. I get one shot in the morning when I wake up before I train, and that's it. So some days I'll review a fat burner that might have 250. Some days I might review a pre-workout that has 350. So it all depends, what I'm taking. So it's just one time a day. And if I take something that has 120 milligrams, like the transparent labs fat, that's it for the day. 120 for that day. So I try and keep it as low as possible. But I get sent a lot of high stim pre-workouts to review.
Right.
So no afternoon pick-me-up cup of coffee to keep you going after a long day at work?
I don't touch it, no.
Hey, Sean, wait until he hits his 50s.
Yeah, I'm not saying I never will. I don't know that the life I live is sustainable till then, but for now, yeah, I just don't do it because I'm just so scared to just start using it and lose the effect because I love it so dang much. That first hit in the morning, I look forward to it. I love it. So I just don't want to. I don't want to. Yeah.
And you do it fasted. You take your first calf supplement fasted, right?
Yeah, I used to do the cardio in the morning fasted and train in the afternoon. I switched it a few months back, so now I'm hitting the weights fasted in the morning and I'm doing the cardio later on. So I'm like done for the day with the weights, and it's not such a chore to come and do cardio later.
Nice.
And cardio, David, you do yours after your workout?
I pretty much I do it all in the morning. So I'll do every day. I do 15 minutes on the elliptical. Well, nothing rough, just to get the lymphatic system going and little blood flow going, and then I start my training. And then 2 days a week, it's 40 to 45 minutes of cardio, elliptical, and treadmill. And then afterwards, which, most people, you shouldn't do this unless you're ready for it. But afterwards, I hit legs and then I hit core. I mean, optimally, legs should be done first, then core, then cardio. But that's just the way I do it. I just feel better that way.
Gotcha. Do you do calves at all? Do you do calves first? Or do you not care about calves?
No, I do calves. I just don't. I don't know about how Ari is, but calves are the worst muscle to try to grow. When I was in the gym, I used to just like pound calves, and I used to look at them going, man, that's all they've grown in 6 months. You know, I mean, they just don't grow anymore. So basically, what I do is I keep my calves. You know, I'm 6 foot, so pictures and videos, and depending on the angles of the camera, my lower body is going to look thinner than my upper body, and you know, so it's just a build, is what it is. So I just maintain as far as calves go. Thighs, quads, you know, I'm always pounding those out for sure, because those are the muscles that you're going to get a lot of growth off of.
Mine are bad. Not that it matters, but I read an article. They said when you do legs, do calves first and then work into it. I don't know if it's working, but just sharing out there. Because people always do calves last, where you have the least amount of gas in the tank.
It's funny. I've been doing calves first, but not because of that reason. That's not why I do calves first.
All right, what's the reason?
The reason I do calves first is because they're the easiest. So when I take the pre-workout, I start training immediately. So I get the calves done. So then the pre starts hitting. I could do the heavy muscle, you know, the harder muscles, you know.
Okay.
Because, you know, the calves are done. Now I could do squats and all that because now I'm feeling the pre.
That kicks in. Yeah, that makes sense.
And no schlong shining, but you do have a great set of calves, Ari.
Calves are so genetic, you know. I tell people that, you know, I have good calves from, you know, walking the streets of LA for years with a duffel bag, you know, but it's just I was just built with the calves, you know. They're like bicycles.
Yeah, calves are like traps, you know. Everybody wants big traps.
Yeah.
You know, if you genetically, I mean, you still grow them. It's just, and there's not a lot of androgen receptors in there for someone not taking steroids or something, SARMs, pro-hormones. So it's hard to get them growing.
So, Ari, somebody did ask, how are things progressing with your brain injury? I know you're getting a little bit of taste back, but like certain flavor profiles, is that what I remember from your videos?
I'm either gotten a little taste back, or I'm just getting used to having zero taste. And this is like, you know, the new, you know, just how it is for me. So I can't really tell. You know, when I have, like, let's say you give me a pre-workout and I drink it, there's no way in heck I could be like, oh, that's that flavor. I mean, I just can't identify any specific flavor, like, oh, that's banana or that's that. I could just be like, oh, that's sweet, or that's overwhelming, or that tastes official. Like, I could tell what I'm drinking, but not so specific, if that makes sense. I have zero smell back. But as far as my brain injury, I had an MRI done and I'm fully recovered. My brain is fully healed. There's no remnants of it.
Nice.
That just has the effects of the loss of taste and smell. That's it.
Will they say it will come back? Obviously, no timeline, but do you think it will come back?
They said the prognosis is not good for it coming back, and it would have probably returned by now already.
Well, things could be worse, bro. I mean, it doesn't help the story. I know you hear this all the time, but again,
I'm not worried about it. I'm super blessed, and if this is it, this is it. I'm completely fine to live the rest of my life how I like it. I mean, you know, it's all good.
Yeah. Again, look at, like I always tell you, like you and I text, I look at where you were years ago to where you are now, brother, and you're like a whole nother stratosphere, man.
Yeah, this is it's all good. As long as I can work out and do what I want to do. I still enjoy the cheat meals just as much. I mean, literally just as much. When I eat ice cream, whatever the heck it does to my brain feels just as good now as it did before. When I could fully taste the cookie dough, the whole dang thing, I'm enjoying it all just as much. So, yeah.
So speaking of that, someone did actually write in, if you could make one food 0 calories without affecting taste, what would it be? And I guess maybe for you, David, obviously not affecting glucose levels or insulin levels, what would you guys want to see? What would you make?
What do you think, Ari?
Ice cream.
Bacon.
Bacon. Really?
I love bacon. I don't eat it. I actually don't eat it that often. So bacon, you can put bacon in anything and it's gonna make it taste good.
Straight bacon or like maple bacon or flavor bacon or what?
All kinds of bacon. Doesn't matter what it is. There's any bacon that if I can make it 0 calories and it still tastes good,
bacon
I'd be putting it in everything. I'd be putting it in my ice cream, to be honest with you.
Fire. You ever put some maple syrup on your bacon?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Years ago.
Yeah.
I'd have to say pizza for myself. The good old staple of pizza. Eat that left and right. Good pizza with the oil dripping down. That's how you know it's good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pizza's good.
So what is it? What is your favorite lift?
David?
Actually, my favorite lift, I don't do it that often anymore, but it's a power clean. It's
one movement they're talking about.
Yeah, because it's all about power, strength, and also agility and what I say athleticism. So it's just one movement where you're actually pulling the weight from the ground and you're cleaning it up, pretty much. So I used to love doing that, just throwing like 265 pounds on there and just going at it. It's just a fantastic movement to try to dial into.
So is it just age kicking in, or soreness, or what?
You know what? The way my work is and where I train now, I honestly don't have a lot of bar weights laying around.
Yeah.
It's mostly dumbbells and machines. So that's pretty much what I use now. At my age, still, yeah. If I actually had a squat rack and had a barbell, I'd still be doing cleans. I'd be doing clean and jerks. I'd be doing all that stuff. I mean, that really built my upper back as far as my traps and everything. I mean, I just love the movement. Just be able to pull that off.
You got to go head out to Michigan here to hang out with the homie.
Right.
He's got all the free stuff for
I
you.
know he does. If I ever get some extra cash, I'm flying out, man.
Good. I would love to host you. Come pump, make some good content for here. Yeah.
I don't know if you can last. I don't know if you'd be able to last with me, man.
Maybe not. Maybe. Right.
Yeah, but it might be the opposite though. We got the young pup maybe pushing the old guy.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Old, man. He's not old. Yeah.
Ari, what about you? Do you have a favorite lift or movement?
I found, I'm probably won't surprise. I like the dumbbell chest press. I love.
Oh yeah.
The dumbbell
squeeze.
A lot of people love bench press, barbell. But I like dumbbells. Dumbbells are king to me.
Yeah, I have to agree. I gave up straight bar years ago, and the shoulders started going, and I felt just so much better with just the free weights.
Oh, people ask me, how do you build a big chest? I tell them dumbbells are, dumbbells are the way to go. I just feel so much better with the dumbbells,
Yeah, it's funny you said doing seesaw presses yesterday. So, and that's that idea of just kind of coming up and then just squeezing that chest on the top, squeezing the chest on the top. Yeah, you get so much more freedom and dialed into the muscle on the dumbbells.
Roll, and I get, I could feel the workout better, and yeah.
Ari, what do the dumbbells go up to in the gym?
Mine go up to just 120. I have everything from 5 to 120 in increments of 5.
You make that sound like a negative thing. Only 120. That's a lot for some people.
I have no reason to use more than 120s. I never am like, oh, I wish I had more than one. In the other gym, I would try maybe like 125s or something, but I'm cool with the 120s. In fact, my 120s are probably dusty right now. So I don't even really go more than 110s or anything lately. But there's a few of one of my boys who I lived with, he would have, I could use more weight there.
Do you guys use energy drinks at all?
No, I don't.
No.
That's why I don't drink them a lot, but my afternoon pick me up once in a while. A nice little C4, 200 milligrams to pick me up. But I know that's probably one of the biggest categories growing right now, obviously.
but it's like, I got this one guy every day comments. I told you, this is day 12 of me asking you to try Rain Energy drink. I'm like, homie, I'm not trying Rain Energy drink. I like energy drink replacements, like that Panda Burn, like that.
Oh, yeah.
That thing is freaking fire. I just reviewed that new one. I saw David reviewed it. Like those energy drink replacement supplements, those are cool. Some of them. I feel like, but I would never just grab a can of an energy drink. They have too many powders to use up.
You got supplements coming out of your ears, man.
We all do. Yeah.
So this is a valid question that we received. It says, getting ripped better chance with women or not? So I guess I've been off the market for 23 years. I know, David, you've got a couple of years married, and I guess, Ari, prior to your current girlfriend, maybe you're the best person to answer that question.
What do you think, David?
We all have to deal with hormones, and to get actually really ripped or shredded, to actually, the term is to get down to that 4% body fat, 5% body fat. I mean, to really like on stage type thing. And I think women have just as much trouble as men do.
No.
Oh,
No, it's basically dating that
getting
looking
ripped.
better.
Guys have a better chance with women than
if they're ripped.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it says? Getting
Yeah,
ripped.
sorry.
Better chance with women not. Oh, I see. Look, I'm in a training zone here. It's like getting ripped. Is it better for women or not?
So, like, do ripped guys have better chances with women?
Oh, heck no. My wife now, said that before she met me, before she saw the hunk of the man that I am, she said she was never going to date. Not never. She said she wanted a guy with a dad bod that didn't focus so much on his looks. So there's a lot of women out there like that. It's like this is I don't know. Ari agrees. I mean, what I do is not for women. It's for this, and it's for this every single day, and that's the way it should be done. I mean, it's okay to look good, but no, getting ripped, in my opinion, nah. At my age, seeing over the years, women don't give a crap about that. Majority.
But do our women so David, for you and I, do our wives not want us to look like $100 so that all their girlfriends and everybody else are not looking at us?
No, she doesn't mind.
Yeah.
What about you, Ari? I mean, I'll put you right on the spot here. Your current girlfriend.
It's an interesting question for me, because my experience is that before I don't want to say I'm ripped, but before I worked out or whatever, women were everywhere for me. Because I was in that lifestyle with drugs and, doing dope and all that. So there's constantly women everywhere. So since I started working out and got sober, now the person I am, trying to be true to myself, I just want one woman around. I don't want women around everywhere. So it's not like I got ripped and then have that same mentality that I want all these women around. So it's hard to tell. I don't know that. I think being ripped gives men a confidence that women like. I don't think it's the actual muscle itself, but I think people who work out and take care of themselves and go to the gym might have a confidence that about them that women probably see, which might help with that, testosterone or whatever it is,
I agree. I mean, most guys have to just realize, even if you're at a young age, it's most of it's personality as far as when it comes to women.
For sure.
Yeah. See, my wife, and I don't know how she broke protocol with this, but she said that she liked guys that looked good. She knew if they worked out in the gym, the first thing she would look at is their calves. She should have good calves. They care about the rest of their body. And I'm like, well, what attracted you to me? Because calves are my worst thing on my body.
I've never heard that one before.
Yeah,
That's
she's like, everybody neglects legs and calves. So it's like, if you work on those, then obviously you care about the whole package. Take that for what it's worth.
Yeah.
So if you could use one pre-workout for a month, what would you choose? It's a good one. Ari, go ahead. I know your brain's going. David's thinking here hard. I can see the smoke coming out of his ears.
I like. I guess I would choose probably like Performance Labs Hypermax, because it's like one of those pre's, kind of like Alpha Lion Superhuman Supreme, or like a Ninja Up, like where it's balanced, where it comes with the amazing pumps and it's high stim enough to satisfy me but not unhealthy,
Yeah.
So I would probably go with that.
You know me, I like to be stim, so mine would probably be Hooligan by Apollon.
Wow.
Yeah, I would take that for a month every day.
You've done it?
No, I've taken it for a week. 5 days. But
wow.
But if I had the choice to actually take that, yeah, because I handle that amount of caffeine every day, and the way that thing hits me with that long lasting caffeine, I mean, my work day is I'm just plowing things out all the way until when I get home. Whoops. So yeah, I like it.
I would think though too, David, you probably need a lot of energy throughout your day. I mean, you both work at HVAC pretty much, but Ari, you're in the back end, and David's on the front end of things, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, I'm out in the field.
Oh, David was an HVAC.
Oh yeah, man. I've had a company since '96. Been doing AC work. I do service, so I do repair. I think Ari, you're in the office pretty much, right? I can see you selling every job, man.
I do everything in the office. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So you're running it there.
I do what you do and learn that technical end of it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but it being out in the heat, especially right now, I don't know how the weather is out there, but it's been just ridiculous. 96, 95. It's like yesterday I was out swapping out some refrigerant from a 22 to a MO99. So there, evacuating it and charging it up 2 hours in the heat, no shade. I was a little fried afterwards. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So, David, one person chimed in, just did what David suggested in his IG vid, destroyed tits with a lot of sets of flies before incline and flat presses. Boy, oh boy.
That's what is it? Pre-Exhaustion. I used Pre-Exhaustion. There was a bodybuilder. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. Helmut Strubble. He was the most ripped man in the world. So this was about 2 years ago. I just dialed into his training. Like I was like, how is he doing it? I mean, I don't know if he was doing anything, PEs or anything like that, but I was just dialing into. So I designed my own training program that fit me, and 6 days a week. That was like his sets, his sets, and all this and that. Then I started diving into Weeder and all of his stuff. And then I started adding in other things like pre-exhaustion. So I would pre-exhaust the legs and pre-exhaust the calves before going to a compound movement. And I noticed so much more strength and growth off of that. And oh man, you talk about pumps when it comes to chest. You pre-exhaust your chest on the flies, doing like 9 sets of different angles, and then go and hit some dumbbells. Oh man, your chest is just like boom, blowing up. You might not have the strength, but you're putting that mechanical tension on there like crazy, and you got a ton of blood in there. So yeah, it's a good feeling.
I like David. I like hearing David because last time he was on your show, he said something. He was talking about how you really only need to, train the muscle once a week and exhaust it. And I've always believed that. People have talked junk about the way that I train. This is way more effective. Studies show. I go in there and go hard on one muscle group, pretty much per week. It's worked I've done all the splits, back, buys, chest tried. I've done shoulders and arms together. I've done chest and back together. I've done it all. And I find that going in there and torching that muscle once a week for me has been the best thing I do,
Right.
And
it's a mental thing too. Yeah. Like
30 sets for chest, I'll 30 sets and torch my chest, in a workout and work for an hour, and 36 sets for back, including the lower back. And, it works for me.
Yeah, I think training is individual. So like you have people like The Rock who works out 6 days a week. When you look at, people that you can kind of relate to as far as knowing about them. It's 6 days a week. You got Dolph Lundgren that does training like me, and he does Rock does power movements, more sets and reps, and I think bro style type training. Dolph Lundgren, who's been working out for years, he's got strength, still got a great build at his age. He does stuff like me, push pull legs, and 6 days a week. And it's like, and then got Ari that's got a fabulous physique that's nailing it down at 4 days a week. So I think it's just how it fits your lifestyle and what you can maintain. Pretty much, I can maintain 6 days, but a lot of people can't.
At 5 days.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah,
I mean, 5 days, good.
Yeah.
And the irony is the person that probably told you that probably is 20% body fat at like $150.
I don't know.
You're doing it wrong, Ari. Your body looks terrible.
It works for me. And I don't think that people shouldn't do, twice a week, or like if I was competing or something, maybe I would do twice a week. I don't know. Maybe I'd change up what I'm doing, but I like to get, a couple full rest days in.
But let's face it, workouts or body styles are like supplements. What works for you might not always work for the next person for the next person.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And people go on the internet and they see these like drugged out bodybuilders and they're like, oh, well, I'm going to eat 6,000 calories and I'm going to train like that. You can't do what this person's doing unless you do really what they're doing, everything they're doing. You can't look at some drugged out bodybuilder and think you're going to, and I'm not talking junk about them taking what they're taking. I'm just saying you can't, if you want what people have, you got to do what they do. And you can't, it's not just one piece or the other,
Right, yeah.
Yep. Guys, aside from pre-workout, what else is a staple in your supplement stack?
Ari's just on a few things. So I know he does, you have about 5 things, right? That you take as a stable?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for me, it's protein powder. I can do have it or not. That's creatine. But if I'm going to do creatine, I want some Elevate ATP in it because I get more of a kick off of it because I don't respond well to creatine. But creatine should be in there. Let's see here. Things that I do at my age that I have on a stable is fish oil. I have DHEA in the morning, and that's only because, so I don't want anybody to start taking DHEA. That's only because I have my blood work done every 3 months and my DHEA levels are always low, so I supplement for it. And then CoQ10. Those are the basic things that I have there.
But you also like BCAAs because I see you do a lot of BCAA review. No, but I'm saying because that's one of the products that kind of gets pros and cons. I'm a big advocate of BCAAs or EAs intra, and I know you are. I don't know if Ari, I just don't think you have a lot sent to you, I guess, to try maybe.
Yeah, I don't really, but EAAs, yeah, I do take. If it's not EAAs, I've said it before, I think in one of my videos, yeah, I'll take some liver pills or something, just something with amino acids. But most of the time, I prefer an EAA formula. I used to take BCAAs. I have my own opinion on that as far as which one's better, and it's only because I dove into all the different studies. But EAA is my preference.
Okay. All right, what about you? Any specific staples that you use? I know protein's very big with you.
Funny, David said the DHEA thing because a lot of people forget supplements are really for what you're deficient in. It's to supplement.
Yep.
Everyone just wants to take everything. It's like
right.
So it's like that's why when people talk about multivitamins, I'm kind of like, well, if you're deficient in one specific thing, get that thing. Who knows how effective these vitamins are underdosed. Multi. Yeah. I'm not saying not to take it, but my stuff is I'm simple. Creatine I stay on. I keep like a non-stim pump around. I stay on EAAs. I sip them when I train, just as an intro, something enjoyable, hydrating to sip on. Protein powder and a sleep supplement. And besides that, it's just pre-workout or fat burner that I take for the morning. Yeah,
that's all you need.
Yeah. I'm pretty much the same myself. Some kind of pre-workout, whether it's a non-stim or stim. What's that, Ari? Ari, you say something?
I supplement. I'm on TRT. On TRT.
Yep. So, David, here's a comment for you. David, love how you look at things from the diabetic aspect. You may be the only reviewer that has diabetes. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. Whoever, I appreciate that. Yeah.
Let's see. So when I hit the gym, I don't really do breaks between. Is that hurting gains? We'll go to you, David, first.
Like I brought up Strubble earlier. A lot of this is he took 6 deep breaths between each set, so he didn't rest much. Wow. I have personally been resting for the last 3 or 4 years, 40 seconds to a minute between sets. And when someone says they don't take breaks, you have a break. I mean, you walk into the next machine, so you got 30 seconds. It's kind of a trick question there. You're going to have 30 seconds or whatever, 35, 40 seconds. All depends, in my opinion, on your goals. There's no problem with training like that if your goal is to tighten up and build long lasting strength. So that mechanical tension that's going to be with you as you're constantly pounding it out, that long lasting strength of pulling and gripping and all that stuff is going to be with you for a long time. But as far as building strength training like that, you're not going to really build a lot of strength training with not a good rest time, because then you're not recovering enough to have your full strength back from your first initial set. As far as it also depends too, training like that, how you sleep, how you recover, your lifestyle, how your eating is, and stuff like that. So as far as affecting you in the gym with short rests, I mean, if you're really, really dialed in, I think Ari trains like me. It's like some sort of a short rest, because he's pounding out probably 30 sets. I do 30, 35. I mean, I do a lot of sets in an hour and a half. And that rest time is just 40 seconds, boom, just to get my breath and hit it back on. So I mean, it can be done, but you got to make sure that you're on everything during the day. I mean, eating protein intake and all that stuff, carbs, healthy fats. We don't talk about it enough. I mean, we need to be getting like avocado, omega chain fatty acids. We need to be getting that, omega-3s. That makes a big difference as well in muscle growth and strength and size and all that stuff. And a lot of people aren't paying attention to that. They're just focusing on carbs and protein, and they're really not looking at their type of fats they're taking in. So yeah, so I'll stop rambling.
All right, do you just go by how you feel, or do you actually in your head say 90 seconds, I'm jumping the next thing?
No, I certainly don't have a timer, but my rule for me is I wait as long as it takes, for the next man to do a set. Meaning if I'm training by myself and I'm pretending I'm with someone, how long it would take them to do their set, then it's time for me to go again, just as if I was training next to somebody else and we're going set for set, So I just find that shorter, intense workouts have been more effective for me. Like I used to hear Dorian Yates talk about training for Mr. Olympia, spending 4 hours a week in the gym, 4 workouts and an hour of the most intense training you've ever seen in your life. If you've seen blood and guts,
Oh yeah.
It's like, and that's kind of motivational, because I don't find spending hours in the gym is more effective than like a nice hour 20 minutes of just giving your heart into the training and not messing around, talking junk and in and out. I like in and out,
Yeah, I think people do. It's subscribing more to that, like for a bigger body part and like 20 minutes of cardio, like an hour and a half, 90 minutes in and out, and smaller body parts, obviously even less.
Those short intensity, keep up the intensity of the work. It's gonna, I just think it's effective.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, mechanical tension, being 53 and not having any problems with things, I've been focusing on long lasting strength, which is mechanical tension. That's like pause reps and bench press, as far as coming down real slow, controlling it, working on the strength in both factors in a pause sense. It's done a lot of things with that short just intensity on just constantly applying mechanical tension in an intense manner or fashion. So yeah.
All right, I think this might be for you. How do guys incarcerated keep so swole or get so swole?
That's for me. You think I was swole when I was incarcerated?
No, but you were in. Unfortunately, I hate to say this, but you were in there. I can't speak for David, but I've never been in jail.
Well,
Sorry to say that. Hey, we don't hold back here on the show.
No, it's an interesting question, and it kind of shows just how minimal supplements really probably do, since people in prison they're not supplementing. The most anabolic thing you can do, I'd say, is the food you eat. Eating, and people in prison we're eating. We're eating a lot, and we're resting a lot, and I wasn't specifically, but people are training a lot. And where I was out in California incarcerated, they had taken the weights away long before my time. There used to be weight benches, and they're still in Michigan. You go to prison, there's weight benches. You can hit the weights there. in California, the prisoners were getting bigger than the guards, so they got, and there was a lot going on, so they got rid of the weight benches. So now people are creative. They make they take garbage bags, fill it with water. They're doing all sorts of things, that you can't, you got to get crafty, and they get it in. So eating properly, resting properly, probably. I don't know if there's any studies done of the people have, the testosterone levels or whatever it is. I'm not quite sure, but I think they just go hard. A lot of those guys are big boys to begin with.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
and they're just big boys.
Yeah. When I was 17 and I was put into a place, that's what I actually got bigger coming out. This was not a jail, but just a place. And we did a lot of push-ups. I'll be honest with you, and I know a lot of these guys are push-ups. You're just so bored. You got nothing going on. You're eating, you're sleeping, and your mind is just working. And all you're doing is doing push-ups, sit-ups, isometrics. What's that?
Burpees.
Tricep. When you go on I used to do that all the time with the triceps, as far as lean up against a counter and then just sitting there and just pump out as many as you can. I mean, all kinds of different things. I mean, you can build a good physique with isometrics. And as far as, like Ari said, curling things, I mean, you find stuff to curl. And if it's heavy, you're just going to sit there and curl it for a bunch of reps,
I guess I watch too many movies because it always looks like the inmates get very little on food. I know you get 3 squares, but it always looks so minimal, but it sounds like I'm wrong.
Nah, you buy food. You get as much food as you want. You're eating it a lot in prison. At least we're out in California. The food they give you is a lot of food, high calorie meals. You get big meals, and then you can go to the store and buy as much commissary as you want. You want to spend money, buy food, you buy as much food as you want to buy there. Mm-hmm.
But is it really that bad? Like the movies make out, like a bag of chips will be like $85?
No, it was the same prices.
Lost him.
Well, I guess he got to pay his internet bill. Oh, there he is. We lost you for a minute, Ari.
Yeah, I was saying same as on the streets. It was ramen noodle for 30 cents, whatever was on the street. Yeah.
Damn, man, you're looking ripped.
I don't know. Now he zoomed out a little bit. He went black for me. Did a couple of reps there.
Did you do some push-ups real quick with the black?
I got a call, so I flipped it up. Flipped up the call.
He went black and did a bunch of push-ups.
So, guys, when it comes to your pre-workouts, besides the stim aspect, what is more important to each of you, pump or focus? You can only choose one.
Pump for me. On the healthy side of things, pump is actually going to get blood flow going. It's going to get glucose, nutrients, and all this stuff. As far as we're looking for muscle building purposes, and also it helps with the brain. Ari says in his videos a lot, I think, as far as you can actually get a really good focus from a really good pump formula. So focus to me is, I might like it, but if I had to choose one or the other, I'd choose pump.
Yeah. Ari, what would you say, pump or focus if you had to pick?
I'm pumped too. I'm already I'm an addict, so I'm already focused. I'm already ready to train. I can't wait to try. I'm excited about every workout, so I don't really need a whole bunch of extras to put me in the zone to train. I love it. It's fun.
Guys, do you feel the supplement industry is missing anything? For me, it's creativity with pre-workouts. That's my biggest thing, but I don't know if you guys agree to disagree.
I haven't given that much thought doing all these reviews, to be honest with you. If TJ was here, I'd try to mess with him and say more influence with the FDA being involved with the pre-workouts. But I'm just joking. We just saw it though, as far as what you were talking about with hybrid, creativity. It's like not. So yeah, you're right on right there. Because that thing's hitting right now, and everybody's diving into it and ordering it. because it just hits.
Yeah. All right. What about you? Do you think there's anything that's missing that maybe needs to be re-energized or anything?
Anything missing from it? I don't know. I think I don't know. I wouldn't say it's missing, but I think the direction of health and wellness is really, I like that. I like that direction of the healthy, more healthy. My channel is built around a lot of, I wouldn't say the most healthy products, a lot of stim heavy, crazy DMHA, this and that. I really like the direction of the health and wellness, more healthier, like pre-workouts and, things where I just think people aren't that interested, if it's not like,
Yeah.
a lot of people just want more stim. And it's like, where do you go from there?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, because I think too, people want that instant gratification to know it's working. Like if you take a coenzyme Q10 for health,
Yeah.
I mean, you can only assume it's doing what it's doing. If you take something for a TUDCA for your liver, you can only assume people, aside from going to get the actual testing at labs and whatnot.
Right.
And I think maybe to a point bordering that, a lot more greens formulas coming out now. So I think people are thinking that they're helping, and hopefully they are. But yeah, I think you're right to a point, because people want to know it's feeling, and what's the one thing you're going to feel is a pre-workout when you look at all the different categories, or nootropic maybe.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be upset like if all that DMHA and all that disappeared and we were left with like some theobromine and some caffeine.
Oh, me neither, man. Honestly, I do. I mean, I said hooligan I'd take for a month or whatever. It's one of my favorite ones, but I do fine with some caffeine, some alpha yo, and some theobromine.
Right.
Boom. It hits right. It's good for the head and the energy and everything. You're just
absolutely.
Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Guys, so as we wind down here, because I know David's starting his morning, and I'm going to go to the gym in a little bit. Aside from our favorite Apollon, what supplement companies should people be on the lookout for? I know we hit Kilo Labs, and I'm talking with them behind the scenes as a future guest, but any other companies that you guys really like that maybe you say, look, guys, look into these companies? So Ari, as you think, I don't know if you can see this. Where is it?
Companies people like might not be up, but yeah, like companies like Panda, Ninja, huge supplements. They're doing really good stuff, like I'm just naming the thing, everyone knows like ASC and all that, but like I'm talking about like, these companies came out like in the, since I pretty much started the channel with a bang with these like it's awesome line of a lot of companies come out with one product, one pre-workout, and then you never hear about them again or whatever. It's just like these companies came out with like huge lines, this Panda and this huge supplements, and Ninja is doing good. It's like it's exciting. They're good formulas, and I trust them. They're manufacturing legit places. I'm not scared to ingest it. It's just like, even if it is high stim, like that crazy Ninja Unleash, I know I'm not going to die. I know it is what it is on the label. I know the label has what it says at least, so I like that.
David, anybody you've taken a shining to, maybe like Ari and I saying, maybe under the radar companies that.
One of my favorite companies, even from the get-go, is NCN Supplements. I don't know if they're coming out with anything else, just because I know the owner and he's into, like even the pre-workout is a healthy, put together pre-workout. So he's not looking at DMHA, DMA, this and that. And even their fat burner, it's surprisingly hits. You're just like, okay, this only has so much caffeine in it. I mean, they put it together well. I mean, he's real dialed in to it, but I don't know if they're coming out with anything. I like We Go Home. But then again, some of these companies, they come out with stuff. I mean, they got a hitting greens and reds formula, the best. I mean, the best. I'm not trying to plug it. I don't have any codes for them at all. But it is absolutely the best tasting greens formula. You do not. I've got Muscle Force right here. They're greens.
Now hold on.
It's the best tasting greens formula.
Have you had the Glycerol one?
I have had Glycerol. I have had Inspired. And I don't know, they need to send you some packets or something, because it doesn't taste, no greens whatsoever. No flavor, no graininess in that thing at all. So it has been, but they're a favorite company of mine because of their mission, and their pre-workout was pretty good. It was a really good pre-workout, and they're supposed to be coming out with another one, but then it just depends on if that next one's going to hit or if it's going to be a good product, So, hey, man, you know what? If I get some, I'm going to send it
anyway. So I don't.
Oh. Yeah, we'll get Stephanie to try it out though.
I'll ever try that. Glycerol tasted like straight juice to me though.
That's how that we go home tastes like. I mean, they might be the same. I don't know, but to me, it just got a really good hit to it, like a fruity kick to it there. And you know me, I'm not a sugar person because I'm a diabetic. I know you got to get going, Sean. So I'm like you, I don't drink a lot of stuff. So when I have EAAs and I have greens or I have proteins, I want them to taste good. I want to feel like it's a treat.
I feel you. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
So, guys, as we wind down, it's a pleasure. I'm glad that we have, because I know you, David and Ari, talk a lot behind the scenes, but I'm glad to get you guys together because, each one of you guys talked to me about how highly respected you are to each other. So I'm glad we got everybody together. But David, let everybody know where they can find you, plug your channel, and then obviously we'll go out with Ari plugging his information.
Instagram's ds.Frederickson or _Frederickson, DS Frederickson. You can probably put David Frederickson is there, and then YouTube is just David Frederickson. So you can see me there. TikTok, don't even try to look for me. I'm there, but I don't post anything.
But you have getting traffic to your website, David? Don't you have a website or no?
Oh yeah, missiontomuscle.com. The mission to muscle. The missiontomuscle.com.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Any
Go ahead,
more?
Ari.
No Snapchat, nothing else?
No Snapchat.
Yeah. I just have Instagram, Garage Gym Homie, YouTube, Garage Gym Homie. My TikTok, I have TikTok, Garage Gym Homie, but I train and I don't get anybody to film me, doing anything. So I've fallen off on that completely, and that's it. I got a website dropping soon. This is the first time I've announced.
Nice, man.
You need to put like a GoPro on Vinny, like a harness or something, so he walks around you when you're filming.
I know. So I'm trying to work out with my girl because every time I'm like, will you film me doing this? Will you film me doing that? She's always cool about that. So.
But to everybody that's following now, thank you so much for chiming in. Be sure to follow me at SupTalk_radio and SupTalk Radio on YouTube. As always, thank you so much, gentlemen. Take care.
Thanks for having us.